Joining us now is one of his former clerks, Brianne Gorod. Good morning, Brianne. Appreciate you joining us this morning. We're always intrigued by the Supreme Court justices, but, by design, perhaps we know very little about them. What was it like to clerk for Justice Breyer? He's spoken very little.
Well, thanks so much for having me. It was really great to have the opportunity to spend the year with Justice Breyer, to learn from him, to see the way he thinks about the law and thinks about legal questions, because he is, at bottom, someone who just loves the law. He loves thinking about it. He loves talking about it, both big picture questions about the law and how it operates and how it should operate, and wrestling with the really often difficult questions that make their way to the Supreme Court. I mean, I remember I would dive into a new case, and I would always get his briefs, ones that he had read and marked up and underlined and written notes and question marks. And so it was always just fascinating to see, what resonated with him, what gave him pause in the attorney's arguments, what questions he had. And, more broadly, he was just a wonderful boss. He is unassuming, he is incredibly kind, and just was great to work for. So again, I felt so lucky to have the year working with him.
And Brianne, despite his kindness and people loving to work with him, some Democrats have been trying to pressure Breyer for some time to quit so the president could actually fill that slot now while the Democrats run the Senate and the White House. So why do you think now he chose to retire? Do you think he just gave in to the pressure?
I'm not going to speculate on why this exact moment Justice Breyer chose, but, obviously he had served on the court for nearly 3 decades. He has had an incredible career on the court, writing important opinions on issues like abortion and equal protection and the death penalty. And so I'm, glad that we have this moment now to celebrate his legacy and what he's contributed as a justice.
All right, but let's turn to what comes next, Brianne. The first black female justice, President Biden has pledged to make that announcement. What could that energy, that historic energy, mean to the court and the country?
I think it's so great that we have President Biden committing to name the first black woman to the Supreme Court. And it's terrific that there are so many wonderful names that have already been floated that are consistent with that pledge. And so, I hope that President Biden nominates someone who believes deeply in equal justice under the law, who believes deeply in following the text and history of the Constitution. And, when I say that, I mean the text and history of the whole Constitution, as it's been amended over time to become more democratic and egalitarian and inclusive. And so I think it will be really terrific to have a black woman sitting on the high court, to have that voice, to have that representation.
And we just showed a picture there of some of the potential nominees, but Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, you see her there, is said to be one of the front runners for this position. And she actually clerked for Justice Breyer. So did you ever have an opportunity to work with her? Is there anything you know about her that you can share?
I didn't have the chance to work with her. I've met her at clerk reunions that the justice has. I'm excited to see her name and so many other, great names being discussed. President Biden has really, in his first years in office, really, hit home runs in terms of his lower court nominations, nominating a really great slate of progressive, diverse candidates. And, so again, I'm excited to see who his first nominee to the Supreme Court is.
I understand that the court makes it known that they're not political, the Supreme Court, but this comes at a time where the midterm elections are barreling down the way. How might this nominee, inspire voters during this critical election period?
Well, voters very much should be paying attention, and they really should care about the nominee to the Supreme Court, just like they should care about the nominees to lower courts. The courts make incredibly consequential decisions that affect our lives every day in ways big and small, ways we probably don't even think about. Whether the air we breathe is clean, the water we drink is clean, whether our rights can be vindicated if they are denied, whether we can go into court to vindicate those rights. In a whole host of ways, the courts are just incredibly important. And so, I really hope that people do pay attention to this nomination.
And Brianne, we want to even take a little bit of closer look behind these closed doors that we don't get privy to. A lot is said about the court's makeup. So do you think that the court is more politicized now, or does social media just make it seem that way?
Well, we are certainly seeing, with this kind of super majority conservative on the court, what seems to be increasingly conservative decisions across the whole, range of issues from, COVID-19 prevention to, religious liberty issues. The court has on its docket now abortion, affirmative action, other incredibly consequential issues. And, again, it is a incredibly conservative court, which is why, everyone should really be paying attention to what it does and to nominations, both the Supreme Court and, again, to lower courts.
As everyone looks to who's next, we got about a minute left. Talk to us about Justice Breyer's legacy. What is it?
I think Justice Breyer, he obviously wrote, important opinions across a range of issues, but I really think his legacy will be defined as much by those opinions as by his broader ideas about the law and about government. He really believes that our Constitution and our laws are supposed to work for people. He said this when he was nominated, that he wanted to try to make the law work for people because he thought that was its defining purpose in a government of the people. And, you see that in his approach to judging. He's a pragmatist. He thinks courts should interpret the laws in ways that will ensure that government works, that it can function. He cares really deeply about the consequences of the court's actions and, believes judges should consider the real world context in which they're acting. That's the only way that you can ensure that laws are interpreted in a way that will make government work. And he cares really deeply about facts and about the evidence. And you see this in so many of his opinions, just richly detailed accounts of what is going on and what the consequences of the court's decisions will be. And so I think those broader ideas about the way judges should judge will be a really important part of his legacy.
All right. Well, we'll definitely keep everybody posted on what happens next. Brianne Gorod, former clerk for Justice Stephen Breyer, thank you so much for joining us.